morning, viewers. Glad to have you again on Didier Morning Show. This Friday, 5th of September 2025. I'm joined by DDM analyst Ibrahim Omar Wase and Mr. Ako Christian Oche, convener, Due Process Integrity Vanguard. You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Mr. Due Process, Ibrahim, I'm
yes,
greeting
thank
you.
It's a pleasure to be here on DDM Morning Show.
All right, on this edition, On this edition, we will take you through some trending stories in Nigeria. First, as President Bola Tinubu embarks on a 10-day official visit to France and the UK, Nigerians are reacting strongly to his absence amid pressing national challenges. Meanwhile, in a critical boost to our fight against hunger, the United States has approved $32.5 million in humanitarian aid targeted at supporting vulnerable populations in conflict-affected regions of Nigeria. Yet, amid these international moves, a chilling revelation comes from Zamfara State Governor Dawuda Lawal, who openly admits, "I know where bandits are, but I cannot go there." And this underlines the daunting security crisis that continues to threaten the peace and development of our nation. Stay tuned as we unpack these alarming developments shaping Nigeria's future, exploring the political, humanitarian, and the security landscape that impacts us all. All right. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu has on Thursday departed the country for a 10-day vacation with official stops in France and the United Kingdom. This trip has sparked widespread criticism among Nigeria, who feel abandoned by their leader during a time of soaring inflation, rising insecurity, and increasing hardship across the nation. The timing of the vacation is seen by many as a glaring disconnect between the presidency and the everyday struggles faced by millions. The announcement of President Tinubu's trip came via a brief statement from the presidency, citing the need for personal rest after months of intense governance. However, this explanation has done little to quell public ire. In recent months, Nigeria has witnessed dramatic increases in fuel prices, food costs, and insecurity across multiple regions, including violent attacks by bandits and insurgents. Many Nigerians are desperate for strong leadership and visible action, not holidays abroad. The president's absence is particularly controversial as parliament and national agencies are grappling with budget approvals and strategies to contain these crises. Social media platforms have exploded with hashtags such as Tinubu on holidays and the Nigerian in pain, reflecting anger and disappointment. Critics accuse Tinubu of neglecting his duties of a critical time when Nigerian families face daily uncertainties about survival and stability. Nigerian civil society groups and opposition politicians have condemned the president's decision to travel during what they termed a national emergency. Economists warn that prolonged instability without clear government intervention will worsen Nigeria's economic recession, which President Tinubu campaigned vehemently against. Now, to speak more on this, Comrade Henry joins us from New Jersey, United States of America. Glad to have you on the morning show, Comrade Henry.
Yes, my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure.
All right. As somebody who is living abroad, you have spent some time there. What do you make of President Bola Tinubu's visit, 10-day vacation?
Like really, I mean, I don't really know why this is a problem. The country right now, like I don't really see it as an issue. You know why? Because the president have it, he has freedom to do whatever he wants. Like that he is the president doesn't limit him. He still have the freedom of movement. And so I haven't seen a law in Nigeria that that limits presidency from traveling or from going on vacations, stuff like that. So I don't really see it as an issue. There are issues in it, which as we progress, we're going to talk about it. But like holistically, like looking at it from the surface, there is no issue. Even in America here, Barack Obama, when he was the president of America, within his 8 years, he normally goes on vacation. And even Jimmy Carter, they go on vacation. So it's not an issue. It's not really an I personally that now listen. So what I'm saying now is my opinion. It's my personal perspective, and in no way am I selling it to the public. It's my opinion. My opinion says that I don't see any problem with Tinubu going on vacations. So we're going to talk about as we progress. Thank you.
All right. Now, in my introduction, if you can hear me very well, I said that the people, in the face of the sufferings, insecurity issues, the economic issues, and other problems, that is it quite, sensible for a leader, the number one person who should be looking after the whole things in Nigeria, to be leaving on a 10-day vacation? Do you think it is sensible? Or do you think it is justifiable
Now,
in any way?
yeah. So now, from that context, I don't really think it's justifiable. From the context that you're coming out from, looking at the situation of of the Nigerian system, the security challenges that befalls Nigeria at the moment, it's not really convenient for a president, for someone that is in charge of a country like Nigeria that is a menace at this point to go on vacations. Now, I say this. Normally, presidents like in America, when Barack Obama, when he wants to go to for vacations, he normally goes for vacation in America. He travels to one of the states in America. They don't usually go out of America. You see that? So the problem actually uh, uh, is uh, is insensible for a president, for a leader, to at this moment, to looking at the way the country is now structured, and what is happening, to actually take leave. And of course, you know that presidency is a full-time job. There is no law that talked about going on vacation. It's a full-time job. So I don't see that being sensible for President Tinubu to just abandon the Nigerian nation and just go on vacation to France to go have fun while the general populace are suffering. And this actually uh, boils down to the issue of integrity and honesty. So what I've discovered in government is lack of integrity and honesty, and two things are the main foundation of every government. And what does that achieve? Integrity and honesty, what it tends to achieve is it tends to build trust. General citizens tend to trust whatever is going on up there. So what I see in Nigeria is the lack of trust. We the Nigerian citizen, we hardly trust those people in power. Because sometimes they come up with fake statistics, they come up with all kind, they make stuff up. So it's hard to trust them. So had it been that we had a system where the Nigerian citizen, where trust is there, it's not an issue for the president to just travel and do whatever he wants. So far as there are committees and other parastatals in the nation that is taking care of issues, and the president can be contacted at any point, at any moment, on the issue of the state. But what is lacking in Nigeria right now is the issue of integrity and honesty. So we don't really trust what's going on up there. So yeah, that's what I think.
Right, I'm glad you have said this, that there is a disconnect between the presidency or the leaders and the led. And that's why any action that the leader takes, the people will not or will be suspicious of that. So I think that is quite interesting. But let's hear a take from Mr. Ako Christian Uche.
Yes, for the president at this point in time to travel out of the country that have been overwhelmed with a number of internal issues, ranging from collapsing economy to insecurity to just basically votes in his heart. State, where over 90 persons have been confirmed dead, still counting. There is no empathy. No empathy in the country. Leadership should be centered on empathy. Nigerian leaders are not going to be empathic, but they treat us like slaves. How can you, oversee a country? Over 90 persons confirmed there in both Minister. There is no visit. There is no any form of government intervention. Okay, what? No policy direction. No safety measures that have been looked into to provide life jacket for subsequent trips, nothing like that. They said, yes, sit back and have yet another casualty. And the count goes on and on and on. Look at the situation across the country in terms of insecurity. Zamfara state governor has confirmed that he knows the location of the bandits, but he's helpless because the security personnel cannot go there. They told to stay back. Stay back and do what? So in a country that have a president, so this whole thing put together underscore the reason why we should have a very active president that is guiding the country and prioritize the peace and tranquility of Nigeria ahead of personal aggrandizement. When was the last time we ever had any world leader come to spend 10 days in Nigeria? We should be very pragmatic about this. I can't remember having any world leader, a president or vice president for that matter, come to Nigeria to spend 10 days. You can quote me wrong, but confirm it. You can verify. I've never seen. So why should the Nigerian president be traveling abroad like somebody that is...
Mr. Ako, are you still there? Mr. Ako? Right, I think we have lost communication with him, but he's going to come back. Mr. Henry, just before I get to Ibrahim, can you hear me, Mr. Henry?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I was...
Oh, okay. All right.
So having a president flying around like a tourist is uncalled for. In a country where we need a president that prioritizes the welfare of the Nigerian people across the country. People are starving. I'm telling you, people are walking dead on the road because of the excruciating hunger in the land. Nigerian president has no business to travel, but he should be very busy trying to solve the Nigerian situation. You don't need a flying president. The situation where the city governors and all government parastatals and head of parastatals will come to airport and wait and bid in farewell. In every 10 days, in every 5 market days of work, it's an embarrassment. So we cannot continue like this. This is not the kind of leader that Nigerian people want. We want a leader that put his boots on the ground and work. He should roll his sleeve and work. It's an embarrassment. It's an aberration that having budgeted over billions and billions of naira for Asura Clinic, we don't have a Nigerian president attending to his health in the clinic. Rather, he travels to the UK, travels to China, travels to France under the guise of tourism, of medical tourism. It's a shame that the country as big as Nigeria cannot put ourselves together, provide ordinary health. I feel ashamed. So this is not a time for a Nigerian president to travel abroad. If you all those people you have been visiting, courtesy demand that when you are visiting, people should also visit you. When was the last time any Nigerian president, any world leader visited Nigeria?
Very sad indeed.
Not wasting our time. That's my submission.
Thank you very much. Mr. Comrade Henry, how do you think, because you mentioned earlier that the President of the United States, when he wants to go on a vacation, will spend that vacation in the United States. And why is that so compared to Nigeria?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's funny that you asked that. I mean, uh,
Mm.
Nigeria is a failed nation. Like, if we are being sincere and honest, Nigeria is actually a failed nation and all that. So, uh, uh, yeah, I mean, infrastructure wise, Nigeria doesn't have what it takes to actually uh like sustain a president, like, let's say. And this is actually a culmination of failed governance, of failed government that has proceeded from years upon years upon years upon years and all that. So, and it's a rupture. It's a rupture in the political system of Nigeria. So, uh, I don't really know, but it's crazy. But yeah, yeah, that's all I can say. I don't want to go. I don't want to go far in talking about uh it, Nigeria has to do better. Like, we have to do better in fixing our own country in such a way that it becomes I mean, a welcoming state for even other people, that they can come and decide to, like, people can decide to go on vacation, go Ogun State, Port Harcourt. But the security challenges that is going on in Nigeria would allow that. Would allow that. So, like I said, what is happening with President Buhari? President Tinubu happened in the Yaradua's regime, or era, something like that, when he was sick and they were busy covering the whole story and stuff, like, something is going on. Maybe Tinubu is having a health issue, maybe, and it boils down to the issue of integrity and communication, being honest to the Nigerian populace. What's going on? Where is the president going? Like, what is he going there to do? In America, for example, when the president travels, there's normally a detailed programmed event, or programmed treatise that details what the president is going to do, where he's going to stay, what he's going to do there, and all that. But in Nigeria, it's not there. They just tell you the president is going on vacation to France. To do what? You see, to do what? We want to know. The general populace want to know. To do what? What exactly is the president going to France to do? To spend 10 days in France when Nigeria is burning? It's really crazy that when you think about it, and it's funny. You don't actually know where to start when you talk about Nigeria. It's like it's a failed nation, totally. It's failed. And Nigeria has failed us. We living abroad. When we see what's happening in Nigeria, sometimes we feel like crying. You know, it's not that maybe over here is better, but no, not really. But but you got to survive. You got to survive. It's hard to actually survive. Now look at the minimum wage. It's hard to survive in Nigeria. So it's yeah, that's all I can say, bro.
Oh, thank you very much, Comrade Henry, speaking from New Jersey, the United States of America. It's nice speaking with you.
Been nice joining you guys too. Thank you. Appreciate
All
that.
right. See you next time. All right. Mr. Ibrahim.
My regards to everybody. All right, bye.
Okay. Mr. Ibrahim, uh, what's your take?
All right. You know, it's quite shameful and it's quite sad for any leader in any country to go on vacation on another country. It clearly shows that you accept that I'm an inferior, while the country I'm going is better than my country. Can you even imagine a British Prime Minister going to France on vacation, or US President going to Canada on vacation? It's not happening.
Yeah.
If they're going on vacation, they are going on vacation in their country, within their country, not outside the country. And African leaders will just decide to go to these European countries, uh, Asian countries, Middle Eastern countries to spend their vacation. It is actually a slap on our face, and most especially a country like Nigeria. Look at what happened recently in that victory parade by the Chinese. See the leaders there. These are people we call leaders. See the people we even tagged as dictators. That North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, he really leave his country. And recently I saw a video of the skyline in Pyongyang, the headquarters of North Korea. And it is nothing short of, should I say, exquisite. The city is well planned, and he has a vision for his country. And that's what leadership is all about. And it begs the question, is democracy working for anybody in the world apart from those in the global north, those in the Western world? And I wonder, because in every society that embraces democracy, it seems like the Western world is using democracy as a tool for exploitation on the people. Look at it clearly. The Mediterranean countries, the Caribbean countries, the Asian countries, Eastern Asia, Middle East, and all of these countries. Any country that is in practicing democracy, you really see a country that is flourishing. It is a fact. Most of the countries that are making any strides in the world have been tagged as villains in the global stage. For example, look at China. Look at what China displayed. It is more than a military posturing. It is a display of raw power to the global stage. They show for the first time their nuclear triad. They can now launch nuclear on the sea, on land, and on air. They show their hypersonic missiles. They show everything. Like, we have only 3 tiers of military. We have the Navy, the Army, and the Air Force. They have more than 8. This is leadership. And even Western commentators, when they went to China, they say, no, this is not what the world wants us to see. Don't forget, China have uplifted more than 100 million, just this year, more than 100 million people from extreme poverty to the middle class. That's leadership. And we in Africa, we rather focus on freedom of speech, hiding under the charade of democracy, liberty, and they'll keep exploiting us. I think it's high time for Africans to come and like pat ourselves on the back and say, what is the problem of Africa? And we should start thinking of the real solutions, sustainable solutions, not just temporary solutions. We can do better. And for the leaders that are sending their children to go and study abroad, for the leaders that if they are sick, they went abroad for their own medical check, for the leaders that there is a clear divide between them and the people that they are governing. It is not a surprise that you see Nigerian president going to Paris or going to London. The previous president, his predecessor died in London recently, right? And we have this issue. That's mean our life does not matter. A person that doesn't have the money to go to London should die in Nigeria. And our medical infrastructure, our hospitals doesn't have the tools to take care of the life of an ordinary Nigerian. So this is a slap on our face. Nigeria that is in mourning, people are dying everywhere. And I mean, every part of Nigeria have their different version of insecurity. The president have the audacity to leave the country and go on foreign land on vacation. A country that should, in a normal ground, Nigeria is supposed to be in a state of emergency. But the president is going on vacation, despite the fact that the country is in mourning. It speaks volume of the kind of leaders, the kind of tyrants that are governing us. I can't even call them leaders. That's the sad reality of Nigeria. And we have every reason to worry. Nigeria is a failed state, yes, definitely. And the attitudes of our leaders, their actions and inactions speaks volume of the fact that Nigeria, not only Nigeria, Africa by extension, is a failed continent. And we should start thinking of the better alternative, because that's supposed a leadership that is going to bring liberty to Africans. It's not working. Democracy is not working in Africa. That's the reality. It's just a tool for exploitation.
All right, thank you very much. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party would always say that if the president wants to travel, why don't he travel to the devastated areas in Nigeria or insecure areas like Zamfara State, Kaduna State, Borno State, instead of spending some time in a hotel abroad? Well, since taking office in May 2023, President Bola Tinubu has made approximately 41 trips across 26 countries in his first 17 months, spending about 180 days abroad, with many trips involving diplomatic engagements and summits. Specifically, in 2025 alone, he has made at least 15 foreign trips, balancing official duties and vacation. This travel frequency places him among the most widely traveled Nigerian presidents, alongside predecessors like Goodluck Jonathan and Olusegun Obasanjo, who also had extensive foreign travel records during their tenures. Now, what is laughable and noteworthy is that Nigerian presidents often travel to developed countries for vacations and medical tourism, among other reasons. However, a contrasting observation is that leaders of these developed nations rarely, if ever, reciprocate by spending vacations in Nigeria. What does this asymmetrical relationship tell you about Nigeria? It simply tells that Nigeria is not a worthy place to spend leisure time. I can recall earlier this year when a fresh U.S. travel advisory released on July 15, 2025, explicitly cautioned American citizens about traveling to Nigeria, highlighting issues such as terrorism, kidnapping, armed gangs, and widespread violent crime. So, if ordinary nationals of developed countries are advised against traveling to Nigeria, how much more the leaders of these countries? May God help us. Anyway, right, Mr. Ibrahim Omar Wase and Mr. Ako Christian Oche, convener Due Process Integrity Vanguard. Thank you for your contribution and your time.
Thank you.
All right, this is where we put a halt on this program. Viewers, if you love this program, do not hesitate to hit the like button, make your comments on the topics we discuss, and then share this video. Of course, DDM Morning Show is always coming to you from Monday to Friday. We shall be here next week for a fresh edition of DDM Morning Show. From me, Tochku Raphael, it is bye-bye.